into life there. Lovely. Wunderbar. Here we are then. So, welcome back to The Long Dark. I forget what we were doing when we last left off. We have this suave-ass rabbit hat. We've got some extra carry capacity. We're nice and fed. We've got this weird clipping ear thing. There's still no, like, hands that, like, reflect your inventory. It's all going sort of well, but wrong at the same time. We got our firewood, I think. That's what we were doing. We went out and got some firewood. We were culling rabbits, I seem to remember. Let's get a ASMR cue in there. Right, let's do that. There we go. We've got the fucking microphone in there. Beautiful. Okay, so I literally cannot remember what we're doing. So we're going to drop off this firewood. I think I've got some firwood creeping around as well. We've got those flares as spares. We've got Old Man's Beard wound dressing to form as a coagulant. We made a load of new arrows, I seem to remember. That was something we did for the sake of hunting and otherwise. We've got our whetstone in case we need to sharpen stuff, because again we don't have a spare hatchet. So on and so forth. So I really can't remember what we were up to, other than we were fucking around and not really doing anything helpful. But I mean, isn't that every stream? Truly, can we single out this stream as any one? Ooh, got a firearms book. I think we're already level 4.
Oh,
I don't think I have any of the research books. Let's just read for a few hours. Oh, your skills are too advanced for this research item. I cannot learn anything from this book. Thank you very much there to Asclepius. Thank you very much for 6 months of whatever happens here. Here's to many more. Yes, no worries, sir. Enjoy your black bear icon, sir. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for the support. It's very it's unwise of you. I don't know what fucking what were you thinking? Right, so that book is pretty much useless to us then. So we're going to drop this over with the Book of Purgatory, or the Purgatory Shelf. I'm pretty sure it's gone forever. It's gone forever under the floor, and it's fine. It's fine. Don't read into it. What else have we got then? Let's sort by max weight. So what are we carrying that's really weighing us down? We've got our hatchet. We've got a storm lantern. That's a big one. Our knife we can just leave to decay because we've got a few spare knives. The rest of it's just clothing and niggly other things. We've got ourselves some fishing line. I wanted to go over and do some hunting, didn't I? I wanted to go over to the lake and well, maybe grab some fish, do some fishing. So let's grab some fishing line if we've got any, and just head straight out. I don't have any don't have anything better to do at the moment. I've got this fresh fishing line and I've got this hook. Let's grab a actual bit of fishing line here, and then let's come up here and make a oh god, look at this, a fishing tackle. There we go. Craft. 10 minutes to make. Lovely. You could learn to read from this book. No, can't do that. I saw you watching Lois. If you're interested in switching jobs, just finding a weird toy in his videos like I do. What? Who's Lois? Lois. Who the hell is that? Oh, sorry. We're fucking. I don't know. I can't even. When was this? Is it a live streamer? Our resource is infinite. Infinite's the wrong word. Say. I'm going to call you Say for short. You need glasses. I do kind of need glasses. Yeah, no, infinite is the wrong thing. For example, rabbits and things like that will respawn less over time. I know having this much food outside may make it look like there's infinite food, but trust me, there isn't. Yeah, it's like some of them respawn over time, but gradually less. And then other ones do respawn sort of frequently. Like, for example, lots of wood, like fir limbs and stuff. You can even see one over there. Big branches get blown out of the trees by blizzards. So that's always a good thing. Ah, yes. A couple of rabbits here. We'll reset the snares. Very, very nice place for rabbit food, this. I heard the wolves then off in the distance. I don't know how well you heard them. We'll go and check the other snares as well before we head out or head back. Because we might as well get these prepared all at the same time. I might end up sleeping and going there tomorrow. I'll need to take my bedroll with me. The problem is that the black bear's over there, and that's always a pain in the ass. Well, actually, we did kill the black bear, didn't we? We killed the black bear. Hope you did read what I wrote about the spears. Yeah, I read what you said about the spears, Citrus, that they're planning on porting it. I hope they do, but who can be sure? Okay, I'm going to have a quick drink of water, as I'm not actually freezing to death, which is a world first. Fucking hell, that sounded like a pig, that did. It was me. Right, Next major update, they said? I'm not sure. There's definitely some wolves chilling over there. Did I reset the rabbit snares out there? Did I? I'm pretty sure I did, but we'll go and have a closer look. I did. I totally read that. You are a pig, though. You can't say that. It's 2019. Yeah. 2018 was the year to be offended. I'm not entirely sure what 2019 is going to be. Anarchy. Absolute anarchy. I've got it all to look forward to. Oh. Hello, buddy boy. I don't really need to kill another wolf. Give it a go. Hit him. Let's go for that. There we go. Just cut his fucking throat. Got him right in the shoulder. He didn't really do anything to us. We'll take that, and we'll take the carcass. Use the hunting knife. Right there, and we'll take his guts as well. 50 minutes harvesting. We'll be able to get indoors with that. Absolutely no problem. Oh, there you go, he wanted some as well. Let's just grab the feathers, to be fair. Getting kills like this is good. If not for the meat, then it is for the feathers. Getting a couple of crow feathers like this is no joke. Lovely. Right, let's stumble back to the house and we'll get this all prepared. In 2019, we just assume everybody is offended by everything and don't bring it up. Yep. Have you played more XCOM recently, Alex? I haven't, I'll be honest. I haven't played any XCOM recently. You alright, Catler? Welcome, welcome. Let's see. No jump scare from the wolf. No, I'm a man. Ah, manly man. Yes. Doesn't scare me anymore. To be honest, the thing that really scares me are black bears, and I always seem to stumble across. God, there's quite a lot of snow coming down. Holy shit. Not even a blizzard, just a shitload of snow. Okay, we'll get a fire going. Read Citrus's message. Just read through the forum that they'll port it after the Redux update or during it. Also, I told you what it does, so I'll repeat. You can brace yourself when a bear is charging you to start a fight with it. Ooh, that's pretty damn cool. Okay, that's pretty sick, actually. You can brace yourself. You can form like a front rank. That's pretty sweet. Well, thank you very much there. There was a black bear near my house just walking around on the road. Well, they're just IRL? I guess so. He's just chilling out. Was he looking for me? Lovely. Right then. Let's get stuff cooking, shall we? Let's not like that. We want a stick and we want a couple of pieces of firewood. In fact, we probably want a few more. It might take a little while to cook this stuff. Start fire. A little bit of a tinder plug. We'll use a stick as it lights easier. And then we'll get this stuff on the hob, get it cooked, get it put outside. Local cops are still looking for him. I hope you mean for the bear. Lovely. It's browns and polar bears. You can't say it's browns. It's 2019. Right. Let's jump up here. We're going to go to cook. We're going to just cook all of this shit, to be honest. Nothing in particular. To be fair, it probably won't even take nearly as long as I've put in there, but what can you do? Let's just cook it. Cook there. We'll go here. Cook and cook. Lovely. Right then, why not have a base near the lake? Aren't fish much more reliable source than hunting? Swat, that really depends on what resources you have available. Like, I wouldn't deny like it would be a viable source of food, but my finding is that there's so much or so many wolves and stuff over there that it's just better to go with this. Like this is it. I think this is better. I know to each their own, everybody's got their own strategies. I don't think that other one was cooked when I took it off the hob there. Let's cook that one. Cook this one, take that one, and then cook that one. And then we'll hit the sack until morning, and then we'll go down to the to the place where the bears are. We'll just have a fresh one of these before we go to sleep. I know it's a waste, we should eat a bad one, but I might as well have a quick eat before I go to sleep. And then all's good. You have enough food for a whole town and you're still hunting rabbits. Never hurts, never hurts. Mostly for hide, to be honest. I'm grabbing them for more resources than anything else. Definitely don't need the food, but it's good for the hunting skill. Good for getting feathers. Big drink, and it just helps. It just, generally speaking, it just helps. It's very, very early morning. Looks like we've got quite a bad blizzard up and about. We'll just have a drink. We'll go and drop the food off outside, get some of the more rancid stuff, and then we'll probably tiptoe our way off towards the lake. As I say, I've got no real goal in mind in this stream, just surviving and whatnot. Yeah, it's quite rough weather to travel in. Yeah, it feels like minus 22, but who really minds? It'll be fine, I'm sure. Right, so we'll drop this food off. Drop the fresh rabbit off. Lovely. And then what can we do out here? Any rancid stuff? We'll take a bit of mouldy. Mouldy venison. We want the high calorie stuff because we're going to be away for a while, so we want mouldy bear meat and mouldy bear meat. Lovely. Well, we've already lost a quarter of our warmth there, so maybe we should perhaps stay inside until it's a little bit more appropriate. Hopefully once the sun comes up, things will be a little bit better. We'll just have an eat, we'll rest for an hour, and then we'll go from there. When will the poker start? It starts tomorrow. Tuesday it starts. Let's just like sleep for an hour. We're not tired enough. Let's just pass time for an hour. Try and get the sun up. Yeah, the sun's up. Or at least up enough that there's not enough of a fucking shitstorm outside. Or just grab a little bit more food. Food spoils slower in the cold. It certainly does, which is why I've left it outside. Let's grab a couple of bottles of water, as we could be out there for some time. And we'll start our adventure. I'll just grab the bedroll as well, because chances are we're going to be sleeping in the shack. So we'll go from there. Pleasant morning, considering the fucking hot, horrid-ass storm that just blew through. Get our bow ready. Game actually seems to be running at 60 FPS, which it didn't seem to be last time. Lovely. Let's crack on here. Ba-da-ba-ba. I would hope that we're all reasonable Quebec fans, considering we've all turned up to watch this instead of VR poker, as it were. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a bit sort of funny with VR. Like the magic's sort of lost on me. I played VR back when the first Oculus Rift came out. The Oculus Rift, sorry, Dev Kit 1. I had the opportunity to play through my college. Basically the IT department, you know, one of the teachers, Marcius Herbert, his name was, ᴅᴇsᴄʀɪévᴇᴅ. He basically goes to the head of IT, you know, I think we need an Oculus Rift, purely, you know, academic purposes. And, you know, manages to talk the head of IT round to it. We've got a couple of rabbits down there, we can go and grab them. Looks like the snares have caught two. But yeah, so, like, fucking, yeah. He's, I prefer you to be fair, but the poker boys are, the poker boys are very excitable, yeah. Is ᴅᴇsᴄʀɪévᴇᴅ, yeah. Stop giving out people's IDs. No, I've got to tell you the story as I remember it. There's no filter. Quebec, no filter. Yeah, fucking, so yeah, Marcius Herbert. And then there's Dagon Thompson, head of IT. And they basically get these, fucking Oculus Rift Dev Kit 1s, and they basically, you know, they don't let anyone use them. They basically said to us lads, yeah, if you help us out at this like skills show, this like you know, like expo, like college expo type thing, then you guys can have a dick around with these, you know, under the pretense of learning how to use them for the expo. And when I first used the Dev Kit 1, I have never been more motion sick in my entire life, but I was reasonably impressed with it. I really did the job well. really emulated 3D if it didn't make you feel as sick as a sailor. Citrus. So since you spare no detail, what was your credit card? Yes, sorry. What's your mother's maiden name? Moving on. So yeah, Quebec Unplugged. Did you fix the title stream? It's still VR for me. It's the joke, Disc. It's the joke. We're not playing VR. It's gone over your head. It's terrible. I've lost people. Genuinely confusing. I work for the government in our lab department. We have VR kits. When I found out, I was like, what do we need VR kits for? That's what we're trying to figure out, yeah. Where was I going with this story? I can't remember where I was going with this story. I don't actually know where I am. I don't recognise this at all. I'm sure we'll stumble across a landmark. Ah, the watchtower. So we're heading roughly the wrong way. That's fine. I don't know whether this game has VR. It'd be quite cool if it did. But ultimately, pointless, I guess. You love VR and you're definitely going to play VR LA Noire. You know what? I just... They didn't have all of the missions in. It rustled Jimmy's Joe's. I don't know, yeah, I was triggered. Triggered as fuck. It didn't have the whole thing in. Like, it just felt like a port. Which, well, I suppose it's literally what it is. But the Alien Isolation VR was too good. The Alien Isolation VR, I'll give it that. And I know sort of we stopped playing it before I got to a scary bit. Coincidence, that. It was, I don't know. I always felt that, the actual, like, screen, like your monitor, your computer monitor, was in a way scarier than the VR. Because even though the VR immerses you in this 3D world, it can't emulate the quality, you know, the ultra quality of like a decent like graphics unit or a decent graphics card, which meant you were always aware of the fact that what you were in wasn't real. Like, I don't know, like, I know it's like impossibly difficult to emulate like true to form, you know, VR, like, you know, IRL accurate VR. We need to warm up, but I'll do that in a bit. That's fine. It's just very obvious that it's not real. I don't know. I feel like I'm being a bit harsh to it, but that's the truth of it. It's very obvious that it's not real. And I don't know, that kind of detracted from the scariness. It was still atmospheric and scary, but like, you were constantly aware of the fact that you were in a computer game, like, because the Oculus Rift as a unit just wasn't powerful enough to emulate that level of graphical fidelity that, say, just a conventional monitor and screen setup can handle. We want to go here where that phone line goes down, just on the other side of this ridge. Hello there, Sir Digester. Monstrum VR. Now, it does have VR support, Monstrum, but I've never been brave enough, I'll be honest. DCS in VR. Like, DCS I feel like would be, like, okay? But, like, if you were going to do, like, the more complicated stuff, like the, what would you... The A10 Thunderbolt, for example, with all of its buttons and everything rendered and modelled. There's literally, like, I don't want to say no point, but you wouldn't be able to see what the buttons are for. Like, it's just not that clear in Oculus Rift. You're very, very close to the pixel grid, you know, the pixel density. We're going to warm up in here before we move on. I think there's a bit of furniture we can chop up to get warm, and then we'll take a bit of firewood out with us as well. Elite Dangerous, I've been told, is very good in VR. I can give it that. Right, what are we doing? We just need a bit of furniture. This chair will do nicely. Chop it up. Hypothermia healed. To be fair, we've been in here long enough that we don't really... Or just find another piece of furniture to chop up and then we'll be warm enough. Can I get this wagon wheel? Yes. Chop that up. 38 minutes. That's warmed us up nicely. And that's going to give us some firewood to actually stay out on the ocean with... On the water with. Dying Light in VR. Not played it. I've not played original Dying Light, so... Elite Dangerous in VR is so much fun. but your immersion is ruined by the low pixel values. Yeah, it's just you're constantly aware that what you're in isn't real. For all the 3D, you know, depth and you know the immersion that the Oculus Rift provides through its 3D, you know, visual landscape, or its visual scaping, I guess. It's just ruined by the fact, like, VR is in, say, a much better spot than it was, you know, 10 or 20 years ago. Like, way better. But still not to the point that I would consider it a viable substitution for conventional means of entertainment. And I know that's a very long way of saying it's not really ready yet, but that's essentially it. It's not the next big thing yet. Like, it's certainly gained more traction than it has in the last few years. Like, but apart from like weirdos on VR chat, I don't know. There's not much else going on there. A lot of the conceptually quite good stuff just for VR just feels like demos. Motion sickness and low pixel counts. That's why they need the deep dive technology from SAO. Yeah, or SAO. Sorry. Yeah. Let's see, just have a quick drink. Where is VR going to be in 20 years? I hope in a really good spot, but, you know, it's difficult to predict that. It's difficult to really sway either way with that prediction. Haptic feedback is very cool for VR. Deep dive into Dark Souls. Oh, hello, Novi, how you doing? Willkommen, mein Freund, welcome. Let's. This is the fishing hut trademark. No sign of any bears or wolves, for that matter. It's suspiciously quiet out here on the lake. We'll just move inside. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. What have we dropped out here? It's just a piece of fish, I think. I wonder if all this fish is just rancid now. Oh no, it's not totally fucked. Oh, beautiful. We can eat a bit of this while we're here, then. Let's try not to get deathly ill off it. It's always the key. Okay, so we're warming up unbelievably. We're going to use our knife just to stab our way into the water. Lovely. Is this the Wank Shack? No, this isn't the Wank Shack. And beside, the Wank Shack's called a football hut, so yeah, this definitely isn't Wank Shack. Right, let's do some fishing. Let's go for like 4 hours and see what we get. Right. Oh, hello. A fresh smallmouth bass. Let's grab that. I'm doing pretty good, Novi. Thanks for asking. How about yourself? How are you today, madam? We got a fresh lake whitefish. Dunk. Lost my fishing line, I did. Oh, don't be telling me that it's going to be like this. That's it. We're going to barely get any fishing oil from this. Lovely.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Yeah, the fish are really heavy, but we'll lug them back. Losing a little bit of condition, but that's fine. There we go. Let's just drink. Getting late. We could even find a house to sleep in. The weather's still quite agreeable. It's still warm, shockingly. Oh, he says as the blizzard rolls in. Fishing into the night here, folks.
It's starting to weigh me down.
Yep. Lovely. The fishing line isn't breaking. It's all for our fishing skills, so... And again, the reason we keep doing this is because we need the oil. Get as much fish as we can before the fishing line breaks, because the more fish we cook, the more oil we get. The more oil for our lanterns, the better off we are. Whoa, is it the Aurora? It certainly is. We need to stay buttoned up then. Okay, so we've got way too much weight on us here. 60 kg of fish. Just fishing. We'll keep fishing. In fact, no, we kind of need to sleep. Let's sleep and then keep fishing in the morning. Oh, I can't put my sleeping bag anywhere. It's too much fish. Drop it over here. Yeah. We do need to kind of cook it, but I won't do that till tomorrow. Where is the optimal sleeping spot for our fish here? Oh, some bits there. 500 bits from Dante the Younger. I was told there was an informative song about bears on this stream. I don't know who told you that. Don't know. Who the hell informed you that? Do I actually owe the chat a bear song? What do I owe the chat a bear song? Somebody told me I owed the chat a bear song. I can't remember. Such a claim being made. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to put the sleeping bag down in here. Weird, I was able to before, but
He doesn't seem so crazy right now.
they did change like the hitbox collision, didn't they? No glowing animals out on the lake. Looks like it's genuinely quiet. Oddly. Spooky. Very spooky. Well, I need to sleep, but I can't sleep in here.
Yeah.
Very annoyingly. What's in this drawer? More rancid fish. What's in this cupboard? More rancid fish. Joe's favourite. Check the laptop inside the cabin. Which laptop? What's this? You'll have to run for a cabin. I can do that. Sleep outside. Yeah, we'll make a move for one of the cabins. We'll go for this one. Like a bit of furniture or something. Broken picnic table, perhaps. We actually found our rifle here, or at least one time we did. Mythos, sleep under the stars. How bad can hypothermia be? Very. Very fucking bad. Inside the ranger's cabin, there is a readable laptop during the aura. Oh, is that the one up on, Oh, the ranger's cabin. Is that one? Like, with the Canadian flag? Lovely. Let's get inside. Maybe we'll read it next time. Oh, hello. Very spooky. Very spooky. Let's sleep for like 7 hours. 8 hours. Yeah, the big one. It's only readable during the auroras. Yep, that's no worries. Okay, so we shall eat a bit of rancid fish, Joe's favourite. It's an old family recipe. Oh, we'll take these gloves back. Got loads of stones there. Did I leave anything else here? Oh, search. I've not searched this bin. What's in this bin? Fuck all, apparently. I was going to say, I thought maybe for a second I hadn't looted this place, but no, I definitely have. We'll just grab a bit more firewood while we're here. And we'll head out to the cabin. Do I still work at Specsavers? Yes, Overkill, I certainly do. No movement on the lake. Suspiciously quiet. It's normally a bit more busy around here. It's very, very quiet. I don't like it, actually. I like to know where my enemies are. Even if they are walking towards me, at least you know where they are. Not knowing where shit is more worrying than actually having it walking towards you. So it could leap out from out your anus, mate. Could come find you. Have I murdered everything? Jolly Frog? I don't think I have. Or the Jolly Rog, sorry. Jolly Roger. Oh, fucking hell, Jolly Rog. Fuck me. Right. Yeah, let's quickly slip inside. We've got a little bit more fishing that we're going to be doing. Just jab our way in. Right. Just a little bit more. Because again, we need lantern oil. Oh, I need to drink 1.6 potable litres. I need to get some water as well. I could do that. I do have a little tin that I can use to cook stuff with. Need to eat as well. No shortage of food coming up there. Yeah, we need to cook as much as we can while we're here.
Anything right about now.
Do I hear a bear? Thought I heard a breath.
Too much stuff to carry.
Well, I ain't opening that door. What's up? I'm pretty sure there's a bear outside. There's a bear outside. A big, angry black bear. Suddenly, I was a little bit more panicked. Maybe we'll put the bear song on, he'll go away. That's a million pounds says that's a bear. I can't get away from that thing if it comes for me, so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. He hasn't broken his way in yet. I'm going to take that as a curse, or a blessing, sorry. Oh, but I need to make a run for it if I need to sleep or warm up. Oh, we're doing good on this fishing line. Cursed. Actually cursed. Fuck you, game. Right, we got to get some cooking done. Let's fire up the old potbelly stove. Right. Let's go start fire making there. Sticks, tinder plugs, cardboard matches, go. Right.
Oh,
so it's going to take us a little while to do this fish. It's time to hunt a bear. I have 6 arrows. An arrow is not going to do anything to a bear, and I don't want to lose them. That bear is not going to give a shit. He's going to come and kill my ass. Use the reclaim stuff first. There we go, 30 minutes. He is totally still outside.
Something's gotta go.
Oh my god, he is right. You're gonna need to go away, friend. Hey, boo-boo. Oh my god, he is right outside. Holy shit. Hopefully he'll leave me be. Add fuel. You may be spending a little bit of time in here, so 5 hours. I may be waiting overnight to get rid of this guy, so yeah, at least it's not too bad. But the thing is, I'm not actually sleeping, so it's like it's even worse. Because the game doesn't have like time to reset and reload. Okay.
Drop something.
Can bears force entry? Thank God, no. Thank the Lord that they cannot. Okay. So how are we doing for lantern fuel? How much have we made? 0.18 litres is nothing to scoff at. That's alright. We'll keep going. Nine and a half hours. Yeah, we'll get a decent bit of cooking off that. Just backwards and forwards, just get lantern fuel after lantern fuel. Yeah, you can rest, but just not yet. Just not yet. Fine. Absolutely fine. There's no bear outside, it's just your hearing. Just your hearing.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Well, that's one I made earlier. But these smallmouth bass, these apparently have like a really good oil ratio on them. I'm going to be making some water while I'm in here as well. So if you're wondering why I've lit the fire for so long, that's why. We've got our little tin with us. And hopefully once I've cleared the floor, we'll be able to sleep. So far we're still warm. Still got 5 hours left. We can get a little bit of sleep in at least. See how we do. Do you enjoy bingo? Why do I enjoy bingo? Why would I enjoy bingo? Right. Let's just quickly get what we have. Put our tin out on the stove. Campcraft tin up here. Need to make some water. It's not much, but it will do. Cook. Lovely. How much lantern fuel did we get? Well over half a litre. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. That's alright for just a single fishing line. Loads of fucking fish as well. Never fucking hurt. Thank you very much there to Jive Crayfish. Throw the fish at the bear. We could use it to like decoy, I guess. Risky, but doable, ultimately. That. We're just going to keep going here. Water, half a litre, melt. There is absolutely bear just outside. I don't know whether I can hear it. Can you hear it? Like it's going like, yeah, like breathing outside. You might hear it every now and again. It is. He's just here. Shitting my pants. Oh. He's not nice. It's not nice at all. That'll do. We need to get some sleep in, so we'll do that now. There we go. Finally found a spot. That works. Let's go for 6 hours. Let's go for 6 hours. Hopefully we stay warm. Did I just drink water that was boiling a second before? I've never thought of it like that, gaming nerd. I suppose I did. Right, so the watering hole's frozen over there. Now got this. We might be able to stumble back with what we have. It's a lot of fish. A lot of wolves. Bitch don't like my cabin. Bitch can get stuffed. Yeah, there's a lot of wolves. Okay, we'll drop some decoys as we go. Yeah, I can't run with this. Okay, let's get back inside the house and drop some. I say the house. Right. We need to store some of this. Let's go for let's eat some of the more rancid stuff. We didn't cook these ones, but I guess we can cook them when we get back to the house. I think we've so much, literally too much to carry. Let's sort by weight then. Food sort by weight. What's the really heavy ones? These ones. These would be nice, but ultimately they're too heavy. Got to store them in this drawer. Literally can only put 3 in that drawer. They're that heavy. Oh, we got half a litre of unpotable water as well. What good is that to us? And the stove's gone out. Oh. Risky business, this. One of our arrows is knackered. Still got a few, like 5 spare, so that's fine. Oh, we got like all these fresh guts as well. No wonder we fucking stink. Right. That is a little bit of a better speed. Oh my god. Fuck off. Can I have my arrow back? Oh, you're an anus. Side. Okay. That's bad. I wondered why they were running away. The bear should scare them off. There's a lot of wildlife outside this house. Does not like. Need to be able to run, but I can't run with this inventory. I just, in no circumstances is it favourable to tango with a bear. Maybe if I eat the last bit of meat that makes me smell a bear, he'll forgive me, or something. Yeah, I thought the wolves were scared of me. It was in fact not true. I wonder if the bear can get in here. I was surprised that the wolves couldn't get in. Can the bear get in? These are the questions. Go on, wolves. Try and take down the bear. If I get mauled out here, I'll be in real trouble. Still reek. Right, I'm going to try to sleep and then I'm going to try and run for it. Go for 4 hours. Go for 2 hours. Don't want to freeze. Drop the water, guts, and other non-essentials. Pick up a blizzard, and a bad one. It's not cold in here. Okay. Yeah, I need to shed more weight. We'll take that stuff. We've technically got what we came for. We only came for the oil, so yeah, we'll drop the guts. Don't need the guts. Need the bandage. Gonna definitely need that if things go poorly. Need the rabbit pelt. Don't want to get rid of that. Take that. The fresh fish is gonna stink, but fuck it. What's my speed with that? That's not too bad. I can try this. Still stink. I don't have my emergency stim with me. Go all in. Okay, we got to make for the cabin. No point having the bow out. We're just going to have to go for it and run. Go! Not as fast as I'd like. But not terrible either. Still that dead wolf. Still got an arrow of mine. At least the bear didn't eat it. We'll make for the camping cabin. And then we'll go from there. I think I'm on the right track. looking good. Not looking good. This doesn't look right. This doesn't look right at all. This is way too narrow. What the hell is this? The southern access. I don't want to be here. I've been turned around in the blizzard. Shit. The bear lives out this way. Right, we're going to have to take the ravine. We're going to have to take the ravine to the railway line. And then go from there. Not ideal, but it'll have to do. The rose hips have regrown though. Always look on the bright side of life. Right. Grab this. I know you're freezing to death and all. But yes, rose hips and stuff. Never miss an opportunity to get these. Thank you very much there to right hand for Wanker. Turn left. Oh, it's fucking... I don't know. I don't know how I'd get there and back. Yeah, I'm too turned around. I'm going to have to just commit to the way that I'm going. Hello, Moley. I thought you were playing VR, Moley. I thought you were... I thought I could have heard thy voice on the old Mr. Wombledomble's stream. If I stick to the corners, it's not too bad. If I stay in shelter. Here we go. This will take us up to the Carter Hydra Dam. I can crash there at least. Yeah, exactly. Terrain. Terrain's got it. Yeah, we as soon as we get on the railway line, we'll know where we are. This isn't the way I wanted to come. This is, in fact, the longest way back that I could possibly take. But not knowing where the enemies are and getting turned around in the middle of the lake. Yeah, probably best that I go this way. I sat with them, generally sniping at Digi. And Chili, but I don't have a VR thing. Your voice calms me unlike these Berks. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Crimpus, we'll call you Crimpus for the sake of me not making a fool of myself pronouncing the second half there. Thank you very much for the 12 months in a row. Enjoy your grey bear icon, sir. And, yeah, the Polar Bear Club indeed. It's fucking freezing. Fucking freezing. Haven't played the game myself. Are bear encounters scripted or random? Random, I'd say. Well, they spawn in certain locations, he's going to say. They spawn in certain locations, but ultimately bumping into them is random. Not scripted. Oh, scratch my head. Yep, don't worry son, the Hydra Dam's not far away. In fact, I think this is the clearing. We'll probably bump into some wolves. Beggars cannot be choosers. Once we get back to our base, we need to offload our supplies, and then we need to make an expedition back out and grab the remaining material. In the right neck of the woods. River, northern access. Are we back out on the lake? Say it ain't so. No, I don't think we're back out on the lake. Pretty sure this is the dam. It looks familiar, but it doesn't. I'm pretty sure it's just up here. going to break away from the river briefly. Ah! The train track. I don't know whether you can see that. Through the snow. The railway bridge. The Carter Hydro Dam's just up here. Okay, fine. We're back on... Literally back on track. The Quebec screams are worth it for the nervous laugh that always follows. They don't always follow. They don't always... I'm pretty sure they do, actually. But nervous. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Get indoors. Right. Ooh. Wowee. Oh, God. Well, this gives us an opportunity to warm up, get some rest, and wait for better weather. So I certainly can't complain. We got our bedroll. Let's hit the sack. Let's get like 6 hours kip in. Or I could go for like a full 12-hour kip. How's the water situation? Like, because I am very tired. Water isn't great. It's not great. Where's the closest stove? Well, I could just make a fire. Where's the closest fire that I could make? Is there any place to get wood here? To get a little bit, or literally a piece of wood. Might be able to grab some sticks and stuff along the way. Metal shelving. Fuck all for me in here. And another crate. Depending on what the weather's like in the morning, I can make a small fire just outside the door. Make a bit more water. Okay, let's drink the last of our water then. And then settle in for a sleep. Let's go for like a 10-hour sleep, so there's a little bit of water left when we wake up. 10 hours. Shouldn't get too cold in here. The building should be insulated well enough. I can't make fire in this cabin. No, I'll have to stick my head outside and make the fire just out the door here. Leave the trailer. That was extremely dark there, but hoping that'll be okay. It's the Aurora. I want to make the fire in the Carter Hydro Dam yard. Find the gate. Nothing will sneak up on me here. I want to try and get some protection from the wind. So it's very dark, it's just barely see what's going on. Be sort of reasonably well covered when I make this fire. Just there. Not great, not terrible. Go with that. See how this does. Might instantly blow out. I can only hope that it doesn't. Good thing I didn't go into the dam. Yeah, I could have got very badly burnt. Right, campcraft, a little tin, water. Got some water already, don't we? Yeah, let's cook that off. 14 minutes. That. Let's add a couple of sticks to it. Drag it out for a bit longer. Starting to get cold again. Sun's nowhere near coming up yet. But the relative protection of the yard here should be pretty good. Looks like the aurora's been snuffed out as well by the wind and the cloud cover. Okay. Only 8 minutes because the wind's picking up. Let's get another piece of reclaimed wood in there. Try and drag it out for as long as we can. Butter, cook. That was on. Oh God, I'm not boiling it. Shit. Water, boil. How much fire left? 21 minutes. Can I get another quarter litre out of that? No, I can only do it in half litres. Okay, take the can. Have a drink. 2 litres of water should last us. can hear like groaning. I don't know whether it's the hydro dam or what. I can hear like this really deep moaning sound, like the bear outside. But only it's too dark for me to tell what's going on now. Just got to eat a couple of pieces of the fish that we set out to save. The wind's finally blown out the fire. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Top up our lantern. Let's top it up with the 0.24 litres. Drop this. Fill up with what we have, just so we don't use all of it. Really isn't nice. Really is not nice at all. I don't want to go into the dam. We aren't half stuck between a rock and a hard place here. We aren't half. What is making that growling sound? Can't see. It's the 3 bars of scent that really makes me panic here. That could well be the bear that rolls round here. We're safe from the wind in here, but there's a -1. It's so cold out. We're just going to sit tight the old-fashioned way and wait for the sun to come up. It's a little bit of hiding, and it's a little bit puss, but I can't risk running into a bear this far away from home. Okay. Why did they jumble the screen up with so much UI there, Frisky? I've actually got that set by choice. Would people prefer me to turn it off? I don't know. It's quite nice having it on the screen so I know exactly what shit's like at any given time, and it wouldn't surprise me. I quite like it on the screen, but if people want me to turn it up, you can have it set to contextual, so when you press like Q to bring up like the rest of the UI, like the scent, it comes up like that. What do people think? Do people want it back in contextual mode, or a bear or a moose? Probably bear. The moose is pretty bad, but the bear is pretty worse. Oh dear. I can set it a bit smaller, I think. But I've really got it set to that max size for the sake of people on mobile. Yeah. Okay. There are killer moose in this game, there certainly are, Dyne. I'm literally freezing to this little hovel. Finally enough sunlight to move in. It's still cold. I'm into that, but I can see. Means I can at least navigate. Okay. Choices. We can either take the train track all of the way, or we can break off and do the lumberyard run. What is making that deep ass moaning sound? It's really scaring the hell out of me. Where is it? I don't know. I should just go for it. H2O. I'll drink some water in a little bit when my nerves have gone. I think it's the dam. Let's go. We'll leave the gate open in case I need to get back in. First step is always the hardest. So much moist breath on my screen. God, fucking every animal for a mile can smell me. Jesus. Drink rum for nerves. I don't have any rum up here. It's all downstairs at the moment. So chat, choices. We could take literally the fast track, or we can take the slightly safer alternative route. What do we reckon? Fast track or alternative? The fast track will get us... There's no chance of deviating, and it's quite a straightforward path, whereas this one, slightly more out of the way. Where do we want to go? Should switch to silent running. Fast tracks? What is life without risk? Fast track, I'm armed. Okay, we'll take the fast track. We'll go via the derailment. A very narrow gorge, but it will put me back in the right place much quicker than the other route. Have I been up to the fire watchtower? Is that what we're calling it? The fire? Yes, I have been up there. Took me to quite a surprise when they first added that to the game, because with that watchtower added, the other watchtowers destroyed. But I went all of the way up the mountain only to find that it didn't exist anymore and it was ruined. Here comes our first wolf. I can maybe nab him with a decoy. Let's see how we do. I don't want to be made to bleed and shit out here. Only got so many arrows. Let's see if he takes a decoy. More wolves over there. Past. Gone for the... There's another one here. Let's try and get as far as we can before we drop a decoy. The only reason I had to drop a decoy for that one is because he was in my way. Okay, we've got one less scent bar now that we ditched that bit of meat. Okay, that's not terrible. Here's the derailment. This is where was Wolf City. The problem is it's so narrow here. Like, you have to stumble into a wolf's path in order to get round. Steady up, son. Steady up. Easy does it now. Easy does it. Not too many wolves here. Good. I've already looted this place. It's not necessarily supply rich. And there's a nice little reprieve from they can't get up on the log to get in. Okay. Back on track. Just down the end there is the tunnel that takes us to cᴅᴘᴇᴅᴇᴅ. Wolf's still there. Okay, sorry, I thought I'd lost him for a second. Should be so lucky. Okay. Target is cavitating, yeah. Let's keep backing up. Backing up. Let's see. Got my eye on you. As soon as I draw the bow, he'll run for me. Now we've got a choice, chat. Do we push down to the thing and get warm? Hell, I mean, we've dropped and eaten so many supplies, we could probably go and grab some more for the journey back. That's a bad... That's a... Should I... Should I just go and grab some more supplies? Now that I can actually get back here the right way? Probably not. Go for warmth. I can hold it for water. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go and grab some... Because I've had to drop and eat so many supplies to try and get away from the bear. Maybe I can just use this as an intermediary. Okay, what we'll do, we'll drop the meat over here. We'll use this as like a pit stop. We'll drop a lot of our meat here and all of our scented goods in this building. And then we'll use this as like a stepping stone, just to get it away from the bear. I'm guessing this is that laptop you were telling me about. Okay, so we'll drop the supply. I know they go rancid slightly quicker indoors, but beggars can't be choosers. At least if I get them to here, then I'll be alright. I guess I could do a small sleep for the sake of my energy and warmth. Need to obviously go get some food as well. Firewood, nice for the sake of water. Let's sleep. Let's go for 5 hours. Mystery Lake Forward Operating Base. Yep. Am I being hunted by Big Blue? Frying onions. There is a Big Blue out to get me. It's not the Big Blue, but certainly one of them's on the hunt. Let's head down here. Because yeah, at least if I can get the stuff to here, I can cook and sort of... Because there's still a wee bit of furniture in here I can chop up. There's not much, but enough. The bear will be attracted to the cabin. Yeah, but it's got further to run. Okay, we're going to take it slow as we go across here. We don't want to exhaust ourselves. Temperature's warm. We're above freezing. 5 degrees above freezing. We are downwind as well. Not too bad. Which means they won't smell me straight away. Will you give Atlantic Fleet a go? Sorry, Venemir. I've actually got it. I bought it. I don't know whether I'm just playing it wrong. It doesn't... I don't want to crush your soul or anything, but it doesn't seem that good. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm like... I don't know. I'm just not getting the level of enjoyment out of it. I've given it like a small play. Oh, hello. There's a deer. That's promising. So there's no wolves over there at least. Okay. That might be a good idea, Freddy. Although I never know what to leave in the stores. I very seldom venture out like this. This is really sort of something to occupy my time with. Chormeister, they've added a rabbit skin hat. So that's pretty much all major body parts covered. To be fair, I want to go and chop up that wolf. Because he's got one of my arrows that ain't. Want it back. Here are 2 wolves. There's the bear. Every time, am I going to end up in literally the same situation? I think I am, pretty much. Okay, good. Hit him. Killed him. Okay, quickly. If I was to quarter this, how long would it take? Probably too long. Let's just start by grabbing fish. Let's start by grabbing fish and getting away from this guy, so the bear's sort of patrol pattern resets. So let's grab as much fish as we can and start the run. Guts. How's my speed? Still okay. Just the problem is if you harvest, I'm worried the bear will like teleport. sort of slightly faster than the bear. He hasn't actually caught scent of us yet because he isn't walking towards me. That's not too bad. It's going to take a while, but we can get over there. That wolf might be a problem, but that's okay. You can't see the bear, Catler. Just there. Tip of my arrow. Still on his normal patrol. Ooh. Help, the sound. There we go, okay. We'll just stagger up back to the house. Fish deteriorates really quickly in this game. It doesn't really if you leave it outside. It's not too bad. That bow needs replacing, yeah. Quebec single-handedly wiping out the natural ecosystem for predators. Well, to be fair, in a way, killing all the wolves is a good thing. Because if I kill all the wolves, the rabbit and the deer will thrive, which means I have more of them. That sounded like a fishing pole. I guess it did in a way. My leather pants, yes. We all forgot. Oh, hydrate. Lovely. Got to stagger on over. The lack of wind is really helping. So I'm going to need to quarter those wolves and bring them back rather than just chop them up. I'm scribbling as I watch. What colour hat would you like, Quebec? Ooh. Ooh, let me think. That's a difficult one. What colour hat? Ooh, that's a hard question, Molly. What colour hat? I'm going to go with green. I have a green flat cap at home. So I'm going to, yeah, a green flat cap and a pipe. If I could put my 10 cents in, yeah. A green flat cap. I've got like a new like old man green sort of pub goer's jacket that I got today as well. You reckon I'm an orange guy? Maybe. Oh my god, no. Soviet Wombles lots here. Hide, you children! Everyone, brace yourselves. Hide! Right there. Run for your lives! The Soviet Womble lot are here. Everybody take cover! Women and children. No, fuck the women and children. Joe first. Holy shit. Lovely. Got some more wolves up here. I'll just get the bow out. How you doing, Soviet lot? You alright? Welcome, welcome. You join us today in a dangerous ballet with a large black bear. Several kilograms, in fact. Many pounds of muscle and fur. Fuck the women and children. Don't take that out of context. Right, yeah, so yeah, what we're doing at the moment is we're currently retrieving a shitload of rancid fish that we left in a fishing hut out here on a frozen lake, and we're bringing it back here for temporary storage as a stopgap to get away from the bear that's out there. What a beautiful sound. Okay, we've only got so much water left. I do kind of need to eat, so let's do that. Beautiful. Now there are some wolves out there that I need to sort of draw and quarter. So what we're going to do, we're going to break down some furniture if there's any fucking furniture left. In fact, do I do that? Yeah, I've still got quite a lot of tiredness. Is this table? That's wood. Need wooden things. That's quite... Okay, that shelf I can get a shitload of firewood off. Okay, do we, Alright, Waver, you got it. Let's see. Scratching the chin. Okay, green hat done. I gave him orange gloves to pacify chat. Molly knows how to keep the peace. Good man, sir. Thank you very much, mate. Let's see. What am I doing? Have another nibble on that. Lovely. Yeah, that's dealt with. Okay, I've got to get back out there, but where's the bear? Really don't want to stumble into the bear while I'm out here. This is a story of a man named Joe. Yeah, the Stanley Parable, mate. Only Stanley gets mauled by a bear. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Joe decided to investigate the mystery lake. Perhaps he'd simply missed a memo. The Jolie Parable, that's right. Still got a deer over there, that's good at least. We got something rooting for us, at the bare minimum. Yeah, what's behind door 345? A bear! The bare minimum. Nice pun. Bare minimum. Beautiful. Yeah, unbeknownst to Jay. You can narrate the Stanley Parable. It would be just as good. It'd be just like the Stanley Parable, only with more sort of slurring and misread scripts and dialogue. Yeah, that'd be it. New secret ending. Yeah. Right, there's the bear. You see that? See that meaty fucker, big boy? Right. Here is the Bloody Lance. This is essentially the Somme. The Canadian Somme right here. Fuck you, wolf. Right between the eyes. Right, okay. I need the arrows. I don't need much else. I just need the arrows back. This fucker's got one of my arrows, so I need to quarter him. Quarter. It's going to take an... Don't get mauled by bear, 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 don't get mauled by bear. Oh shit, where's my arrow? Okay, the bear's coming. But it looks like the wolf has eaten my arrow. Where? Okay, that's annoying. Unless it was this one. Oh, I can't remember. The feathers are good though. We'll take the quartered stuff and we'll run for it. Ooh. Right. You need to look at your bearings. I don't have the fucking badum-sh thing on the fucking thing. I need to put that back. Need to put the canned laughter out there. We've got a deer there. We could really deploy a decoy here. Boralis, hello, kid. How are you? I'm pretty good, Boralis. Not too bad. Like I say, we're attempting to take supplies from under a brown bear or a black bear's nose here. It's a little bit tricky. Pause to take those bearings. My soul is drained. These puns are unbearable, yep. Bit grisly. All of that. What is the premise of this game, Octopus Gardener? Well, if I could put it into my best voice there. The premise of The Long Dark by Hinterland Games is that you are a Canadian bush pilot who has not really a bush pilot because it's not over the bush, but essentially a bush pilot who delivers supplies and equipment to rural settlements out here in the Canadian wastes. And some kind of electromagnetic phenomenon, otherwise described as the Aurora Borealis, caused your plane to crash here in the desolate wasteland of a long-forgotten civilization, sort of a settlement, if you like, that was abandoned in the 80s. And using the materials that they have left behind, you need to survive and nurture yourself. I wish to show you my house. This isn't it. My house is somewhere away. We're on a little bit of a field trip here, a little bit of an expedition to try and retrieve fishing gear for eating, essentially. I've got plenty of food. Like I really am well stockpiled, all things considered. Oh man, it's going to take such a long time to haul supplies backwards and forwards like this. I feel like I should kind of cut my losses and just go with what I have here, but I'm going to sleep and try it fresh in the morning. Let's chop up this table here then. We've got to boil some more water. It's going to take a little bit of time to move supplies between buildings, so it's sort of a full day's work, this. There we go. We have lost the light. It's very dark very quickly in this part of the world. Beautiful. Right, we need to get upstairs. Hopefully the aurora comes on in the night and we'll be able to sort shit out. Okay. Let's fire up the old hob here. That there for now. Let's get the stove going. We want sticks. We want a piece of tinder. And we're going to light up a fire. And then we're going to boil some water. That's what we really need. Is this a new save, Copal? We've had this save for a little while. I did lose my old save, the one from the Pleasant Valley, but this otherwise is still the same save. Right, let's drop a couple of pieces of that in there. Let's disable the storm lantern, as we now have a very, very small source of light in here. Campcraft. We've got our little tin, our little cooking tin. We're going to put some water in here, and off we go. We're going to boil some water, and we're going to make it safe to drink. And we're going to literally just put some boiling water in our pocket to save for later. Everybody knows that if you boil water, a plastic bottle materializes out of the Ethereum. Like, that's just... everybody knows that, right? Surely everyone knows that. Right, a little bit more firewood. These pieces of reclaimed wood don't last long. They don't burn very well. We can just try and grab as much as we can. Right. Water. We've got to boil that. Water. Cook. Past time till ready. Lovely. Let's see, how are we doing then? 2 litres of water will do us fine. Pick this up. 40 minutes. In fact, we'll do another cycle select. We'll do another bit of water as we do this before the fire runs out. Take the tin, 11 minutes. We'll go to sleep, we'll hit the sack, we'll wake up in the morning. Try and grab some more material. Okay, food-wise, I didn't bring any with me, but I should be fine until the morning. So sleep for, let's go for 10 hours. Lovely. Perfect, the sun is up. And it sounds... Let's just press our ear to one of the windows there. It sounds like a lovely sunny day outside. Yeah, that sounds fine. Let's go out, see what's going on. Right. Okay. See to eat as much of this as we can. Again, it's part of the stock that we're trying to get home, so might as well eat some of it and try and lighten that load, shorten that journey. How's this stuff lasting? God, it's fucking hemorrhaging percentage, but it's ultimately fine. Is this a horror game? Nope. This is a survival game in which you're literally just trying to survive against Mother Nature herself. There's no zombies or anything like that. It's a good old-fashioned survival game, of which the goal is not to freeze to death, get mauled to death, or die to death, which is the more serious of the three. William, yeah, normally 6 hours of sleep will get you by fine, but based on literally the fact that I'm carrying material and your tiredness affects your carry capacity, I decided to go for the full sleep. Spring is coming DLC. God, it never arrives here. Don't get deaded. You got it. It's the best advice. Okay, yeah. We got some tiptoeing to do. A bit like Rust, but not post-apocalyptic. I don't know. Less base building than Rust. No base building in this. Just literally making ends meet in any way you can, and not freezing your bollocks off in the process, which it looks like I am in the middle of doing. Yeah, my bollocks is frozen firmly. What's the over a very lovely minus 21 degrees centigrade. Lovely. Where is Bear and his big blue house? There. Right there. Tip of my just behind that green hut. Okay. We have a choice to make. We're gonna. It's too cold. Shit. Right. I am going to declare these wolves as a lost cause for the meat. I'm not going to bother with them. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to fall back to the house. I'm going to grab what I've got, and I'm going to push back home. The hides should be fine. Even after an extended period of decay, it won't be too bad, but the meat is going to go rotten on that before I get a chance to harvest it. But I'm already starting to freeze, so I'm just going to double back. I could light a fire and warm up, but then I'm right back to square one, being trapped in the house by the bear. So, I just for the sake of getting away from there, we're going to just cut our losses and go. Quebec, my love for you just doubled because of the reference you made. It's a sick-ass show. Bear in the big blue house. There we go, hypothermia risk. We're now starting to get ice cold. Ice cold. Yeah, we don't want to get fucking any colder than that. So it's bad deal. Does the temperature being below zero not affect the rate that meat rots? Yes, Sapper. Putting meat outside causes it to decay more slowly. Because obviously it's freezing. There isn't a mechanic in the game as of yet, as of this moment in time, in which leaving meat outside attracts animals, for whatever reason. I'm glad that it isn't, because I've got literally, like, an entire fucking, like, genocide's worth of material and food outside my actual house. So I'm glad that that's not the case, because otherwise I'd be like the king of the Canadian jungle. Like, fucking just, some sort of weird, sort of Canadian zookeeper. Like, so yeah, that would be bad. I could have sworn there used to be a bait mechanic in this game. You can drop decoys. You can drop decoys of food to try and confuse animals, but the bear, I really don't want to fuck with at any level. The Canadian Zookeeper is my wrestling signature move from the top rope. The Canadian Zookeeper. What would does he? I don't know. What would it be? The Canadian Zookeeper. Person from Yukon, yeah. Lovely. So we're going to need to warm up in here. It's going to take just a wee bit of time, but it's not the end of the world. I might just sleep for a little bit, just to pass the time. Lovely. The king of the Canadian jungle. Yeah, that's right. Do you get guns? Yes, Carl. There's a 303 hunting rifle that I have back at the base. I do not have it with me as of this moment in time. My movement speed. Yeah, that'll do. We'll travel with that. It is about midday noon. It's 12 o'clock noon. As you can see by the three little squiggly lines on the top of the screen, we smell like a walk-in barbecue, which means that the local populace will be more than eager to get a chomp at old Joe's leg. Apologising before pulling your opponent into a headlock, that's right. Hello, Elf. How you doing, mate? Welcome, welcome. Yes, mate. The sound of meat slapping together in a coal house. We're gonna go this way. Bad idea, but I'm full of them, so we'll go this way. Ideally, you want to follow the railway line, take a right, and push down following the cliff face. It lets you, as the kids say, keep their bearings. But me, fucking piss off into the woods. And starve to death in a cave. That's exactly what we're going to be doing, sir. In what mode do I play? This is survival mode and stalker difficulty, I think you were referring to there. Pretty much Citrus. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We stink. I've got the word rustlers tattooed across my forehead. Okay. We're making some good time here. We're making some good time. Considering the amount of weight we're carrying, it's not too bad. Mate, care to remind us of your PC specs? They used to be on your Twitch page, but I don't see them anymore. Yes, I got rid of them. I haven't had PC specs on here for ages. I can't really remember what's in here. I am going to go off on a whim and say that I have got and I'm going to definitely get some of these wrong, but the 1700X Ryzen Threadripper, the 8-core, excellent fucking processor. Like, wow. Like, just, and I'll say it again, wow. What a fucking processor. So fucking impressed with the Threadripper. Like, really good. I mean, if you care about, like, the really like, the single-core performance of the equivalent Intel chips is about the same. Oh, sorry, the Intel ones are better. But, like, the threading, you know, for like video encoding and things like that, this processor is really good. But on an individual core level, I have not noticed it struggle with any games at all, like none. Not to a point where it's sort of visible to the naked eye. As long as a game can reach the 120 FPS that my monitor's refresh rate supports, I consider it ticked. Good. It doesn't matter whether it, you know, this processor gets 390 FPS and that processor gets 420 FPS. You know, at that point, I stop noticing, and therefore it doesn't bother me. You know, as long as it can support that as a minimum, perfect. And the sort of the X threads and the hyper-threading between the processor cores is beautiful on the Threadripper. So I found myself thoroughly impressed. Graphics card, 1080 Ti. Try and get up this cliff. It's quite steep. Again, beautiful card, no complaints. Why would there be? There's 32 gigabytes of RAM in this one, or is there 16? I can't remember. I think there's 32 gig of RAM in this machine. Four 8 gig sticks of DDR4. So I think clocked at 2666 megahertz. So that's again perfectly fine. No issues with that at all. Solid state drive. 256 gig. Basically just got my operating system on it and Star Citizen. Because you need Star Citizen on an SSD, make no mistake. There's another wolf there. I'm hoping the bear hasn't respawned down here. Actually, we can check the rabbit snares. Oh, I bet you those wolves ate those pissing rabbits. I bet you fucking did, didn't you? You anuses. Oh, there were some rabbits in these snares. You chumwallers, mate. Fucking no, they didn't even. It's not even any blood. There's not even any blood. They've just fucking. They've taken a piece of bread to the snow and mopped up their.
Oh,
that's outrageous.
Yeah.
Native Fighter, 9 months. Thank you very much, man. Enjoy your emotes, sir. And thank you very much. That's very kind. Do I reckon I'll visit the plane crash? What, upon Timberwolf Mountain? No. I wouldn't go to Timberwolf Mountain unless I had no other choice. Timberwolf Mountain is to me what the Mines of Moria is to Gandalf. Like, I would not go that way unless I had no other choice. I really, really would not. And thank fuck there's no ring bearer to fuck it up.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much there to Helsinki for 4 months in a row, man. Cheers, man. Do I stream Star Citizen? On occasion, Danny, on occasion, when there's stuff to stream. Ladies and gentlemen, my humble abode on the hill. Welcome to the Trapper's Homestead. I wish to show you around. We'll show you some of the materials that we brought with us. Should be pretty good. Oh, dear. Lovely. Christ, the sub sound scared the piss out of me. Me too, actually. So there's a Balrog in Timberwolf Mountain. I wouldn't put it past it. Really wouldn't put it past it. On the topic of PC specs, if the new Ryzen has been out when my 5820K gave up, or at least motherboard did, I would have swapped to AMD. I've had no issues swapping to AMD. Like before, there it's just like you could heat your house with them. Now I've been very thoroughly impressed. Do have liquid cooling in this PC though, so maybe that's part of the reason. Welcome to the catalogue of meat. Here you find genocides of a few different types. This is the rabbit piece. Each one of these was a rabbit once upon a time. This is several parts of several black bears we've killed over the years. About 40 deer and about 20 wolves we're going to add to this pile. In fact, we just need to eat some of the more disgusting stuff without shitting our pants. That's the real trick to the long dark here. So we'll pop the fish, I don't know, just here. Doesn't really matter. Here we go, the sound, and I'm spent. Lovely. Right, let's go indoors. Get warmed up. We've got some fucking hide and stuff as well. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to, if I just look at the floor here, welcome to Hoarding Joe's Cache of Oddities. Welcome to Joe's Cache of Oddities, the literally the bargain barn of the century. We have got literally fucking everything here. We've got the cured gut pile. They call this the magic smell corner. Oh, just beautiful. We've got many boxes of crackers. Me being the biggest one, biggest cracker in the house. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7 sewing kits. We've got absolute shelves of food, and I ain't kidding, absolute shelves of food, bottles of water down there. We've got the Safe of Knowledge, which has books we can't read, written in an ancient language. We've got all of our spare materials here. We've got a couple of spare hunting knives, hacksaws, crowbars, all of the hides that we've collected, literally hides all across the floor. I know you can't see it too well. We've got the cupboard of purgatory with our cloth in and all the spare clothing materials that we may need to rip up and repair things. Turn on the lights. There are no lights. I suppose I can light up my storm lantern. There are no lights, friend. We've got a couple of litres of kerosene oil that we can use to fuel the lantern and things like that. A couple of rare snares, shitload of dead rabbits. Again, there's, as you can tell by the amount of hide on the floor, like I say, crazy man genocide. We've got firewood over here. I forget what we're putting in here. Coal, extra bits of coal. We're putting coal in there. Coal in a rucksack. We've got the big stove where all the cooking happens. Lighter accelerants in case we get fucking shit out of luck in a pinch. We've got this. We're literally doing some book burning here. These are books that I've researched fully, and therefore I cannot use them anymore. So, yep, burning books for fun. We got all of our spare tools there. This, I believe, up here is the Shelf of Purgatory, which is where the all the ruined items go. All the items go here. And this baby, the 303 hunting rifle. This is our anti-bear countermeasure. Really not that good at killing bears, to be fair. You do have to get quite lucky to sort of land critically, if you like, to kill a bear like that. What else have we got in here? What else can I show you? We've got the medicine cabinet, all of the materials that we'll need, water purification tablets, a handful of antibiotics, painkillers and the like, emergency stims. Just kill the lighting here, save the fuel. In the drawer under the workbench, we've got 35 arrowheads that we manufactured ourselves using this here heavy hammer. We had to travel one biome in that way and then that way direction to a place called cᴅᴘᴘᴇᴅ, a place full of thin ice, water and misery. And we managed to manufacture our own arrowheads, big hammer, smacking away at some scrap metal that we managed to collect. Quite a risky adventure, quite a lot of wolves out there, but we managed to pull through. Down in the container under the bed here, we've got all of the spare scrap material. We've got Canadian money, just in case, you know, a taxi comes by. I mean, we don't want to catch out of here, or maybe the train. So we want to get on that. We've got some spare tinder plugs, which I don't really need, but fuck it, I've got it anyway. What else do we have in the house? Not much else apart from that. Yeah, it's just lots of other stuff. We've got all of our spare flares. I know it's very dark, but we've got 3 flares there. 4 shots for the flare gun. This little yoki here, if I hold it up to the window, this guy is basically anti-bear countermeasures. Worst comes to the worst, you can literally just foof and fire a flare up the nose of a bear to scare it off, and that did rhyme, but it was no crime, so that's okay. All some spare crackers under there, just mostly food and stuff, rifle cleaning material down there. Just shitloads of supplies. This is scavenging from like 3 or 4 biomes that's managed to get us to this point, so I certainly have no complaints. Let's just have a quick drink. Clive the Rock, of course, yeah, Clive the Rock Johnson. He's down here. There's the little fucker. That's him. Our homage to Clive. And he sits down there on the settee. He's a lazy fuck. He doesn't do anything. He's just sponging off the system. He gets his meals made for him. He gets his check in the mail. I mean, you know, it's hard work. You know, he hasn't really contributed in a while. He's retired, but what can you do? You really don't have much in that little house. Only the entire amount of bear hide found in Austria. Yeah, quite a bit. Are there any biomes that I haven't visited? So far, I have not visited Desolation Point. I have not visited Timberwolf Mountain. I have not visited the Coastal Highway. I have, however, visited Forlorn Muskeg, Pleasant Valley, and Milton. I think there might be a new biome that I'm not mentioning as well, but I haven't been to that one either. I should open up a shop, yeah. The only people coming would be wolves. Actually, we've got some hide we need to drop off. More hide. So loads of people are thinking that, you know, oh yeah, fucking you've got loads of supplies, you're going to be able to last ages. It's this weird sort of, I've got sort of this thesis, this theory that I'm building, and it's sort of true in its most basic concept, is that all of this material, all of this equipment is useless if I run out of one, what I come to call vital commodity. Whether that's water or food or more recently the panic that we had was simply matches. Just little fire strikers and fire starters. If you think about it at its most basic level, what is fire? What is a match? What is a match head? You know, what is a match? It's a way to make fire. Fire is water. Water is life. Quite literally. So with our inability to start a fire, this whole operation here would have been in jeopardy. And there is more equipment in this single building than I have the capacity to move. So I had to desperately make a scramble for the Pleasant Valley and grab a load of new match heads. So I've got wooden matches, cardboard matches, more wooden matches, handful of wooden matches up here. I've got spare fire strikers now, and I mean, if we get fucking desperate, we can literally harness the power of the sun to cook things and stuff, which is going to be dangerous, but what can you do? I'd have to use some lighter accelerant for that to really get it to take. For the most part, though, we're going to drop off our hides, because that's what we're here to do. Down here, we've got 2 wolf hides and a deer hide. We've got some spare cloth, which we're going to keep. We're going to drop off the rabbit hides over in the rabbit hellscape over here, and some guts as well. I think I dropped a stick, pick that up, and take this over to the gut corner under the shelf. As of the moment, I don't really think I need to sleep. Okay, there we go, got the stick. I don't really think I need to sleep per se. Oh, I can show you the healthy shelf. The health of shelf. A couple of bits of rabbit hide up here. This is where we keep all of our sort of natural material. I know everything like wood and meat is natural, but unnatural medicines and otherwise amenities. So reishi mushrooms here. I think it's if you ever get intestinal parasites, which let me tell you in the start I've had a few times playing this game. Intestinal parasites are cured by making reishi mushroom tea. You need to have 10 days of antibiotics. And I think it's 2 reishi mushrooms per tea, so you need 20 per, bout of intestinal parasites. So we've got multiple days, 7 days of intestinal parasite protection there. A sentence no one's ever said. We've also got 568 rose hips. It takes 24 of these, I think, to make a single rose hip tea. Rose hip tea used as a sort of a natural painkiller, so I can use them in the place of artificial painkillers if I ever run out or if they go out of date or whatever. For out-of-date medicine. Thumbs up. Feathers, obviously a major part for bow crafting. Feathers are actually really rare. I know I've got 86 of them, but they're actually really rare. They only drop on carcasses, and unless you're literally going around doing what I'm doing, fucking Robin Hood in half of the wilderness, then you need to obviously grab these at whatever opportunity you can. There's only a few set spawns for these. Like feathers that appear around carcasses, and some of the static carcasses like dead humans and things like that have them every so often, but they do become quite rare. Old man's beard lichen, natural like coagulant, natural antiseptic. You can use it on a bite or a wound afterwards to help cause it to coagulate, to help it heal, and obviously as an antiseptic helps clear out all of the shit that goes with a wolf bite. They don't brush, so it's particularly dangerous. Still got fresh cuts on us. Get under here. Go on, shoot. Get under there. There we go. Because I'm sorting it by weight. There we go. That's the one, so bandage over the top. Lovely. We've got some spare firewood that we're going to drop off. We're going to drop off our bedroll, and then we're going to go back out and try and grab more of those supplies before they all go absolutely rotten. Which will be nice. To be fair, I should probably take a couple of pieces of reclaimed wood. Because I might have to do some cooking while I'm out there. No, I won't need to do any cooking while I'm out there. We'll drop off this rabbit hide. We'll drop off the feathers and the rose hips. Got 11 of them now, which is nice. Let's drop all of those in here. The rose hips too. Oh, too much weight. Ah, old man's beard lichen. What can I do with this? Oh, I literally can't put anything else in there. These rose hips, they're too heavy. What do I do? Oh, they weigh so much. Okay. I guess we'll just keep them on us. They weigh quite a bit. I don't want to keep them on me. Maybe we could move the feathers. Where can we move the feathers down to? Could we move them down to here? We could put them with the rest of the bow making. Yes. Transfer all. Yeah, we could put the feathers down here. Make it just a bit more room. We've also got a broken arrow there. Put that down there. We want this tab? Question mark? Where are my feathers? There they are, right in front of me. Transfer all. There we go. Nearly 1 kilogram of feathers. Holy shit. Right then. Most famous time Q got parasites was when he was just upgraded his cooking to the level where he cannot get them from the foods he prepared. He stumbled onto a raw piece of wolf meat and decided to show off. I don't remember that at all. No, don't remember that at all, to be honest. What are your really vital supplies? The ones that you always carry on my person. First things first. Bow. Bing bing, that's a big one. Obviously helps with self-defense and otherwise, although I don't always carry it, in truth. I would say things that I always carry. First things first, hatchet and knife. Definitely always need that for things that, you know, fucking you would otherwise not need. Always keep a distress pistol with a single round loaded for the sake of fighting off a bear in an emergency. Always, obviously, keep antiseptic on me. I do have some, I promise. Here it is. Not much, but enough. And outside of that, not much else is what I would consider a vital supply. A way to make fire. And this fucker right here. This bitch. You want this on you at all times. A recycled can. I know it doesn't look like it, but this is the shit right here. As of about like a year ago now, I'd say, the guys over at Hinterland Games, but I'm going to actually sleep before I go back out, so I've got a higher carrying capacity. But the guys at Hinterland Games basically made it so that you needed a vessel to boil water in. Do I keep ammunition on me? I'd keep my ammunition on me, but I leave the rifle here. Let's sleep for like 4 hours. Do you have prepared old man's bear? What? What? Do I have prepared old man's bear? Nay, you say. Okay, sorry, I just need to touchy-feely my way around the cabin. Yeah, that's what I'm after. Don't cut down the shelf. Let's head out of the door. I literally know my way around this cabin in total darkness. Like, I've been there that much. Beard. What about it? Bread. Okay, it's dark, but I'm happy to start an adventure. Let's quickly just grab some fish. We want the rancid stuff. We want the stuff that's really poor quality. My favourite. Old man's beard, what about it? Why am I leaving the place at night, Zapper? Leaving the place at night isn't a huge issue, as long as you're warm. And 0 degrees isn't bad. If it gets worse, then it gets worse. But ultimately, it's not terrible to leave at night. Lowbird Luke, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub, mate. My old man's brood. The bandage thing. Oh, what? The lichen. Oh, what do you mean? Did I not... What's... Sorry, I'm totally, like, just not with it. But what was the question about the old man's beard? At least the blizzard's clearing. It's actually getting dark, believe it or not. We'll go this way. Try and cut off the corner, same as we did before. Why am I carrying ammo if I don't use the gun? Womble Gulag. It's because I... It's a very good question. I basically just don't want to put it somewhere and lose it. Going back to the house. You don't want to be out in this. The laptop, I'm not going fucking anywhere near anything in this. This is the only thing in this game that truly still scares me. That and the black bear. And the wind's getting worse. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you a weird phenomenon that is the what is known as the electromagnetic phenomenon in game, as we may know it as the aurora borealis. But in the case of the long dark, it has an alternative purpose. You may be able to see, although it's still a little bit light, what looks like this weird sort of light flashing through the sky, and again, that is the northern lights in its utmost appearance. It has an unusual property, however, and I'll show you that now. Laptop all right. Okay, so, welcome. We're going to take this with us. I don't normally take this with us, but I am going to take this with us. We will push for the laptop. We'll push for the laptop. So, the torch that I carry here is broken. It's actually smashed, or the battery's dead. If I find it here. A banged up flashlight. If I could rotate it here, you'd be able to see that it's basically got a big crack across the head. This thing doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work. But normally, or rather in the Aurora, it does. The Aurora in this game, or the Aurora Borealis, the steamed hams of the Long Dark here, has an unusual property in which electrical equipment that would otherwise be broken for some inexplicable reason becomes powered and is able to function. There is a huge hydro dam not far from here that whirs into life during the Aurora, and various radios and car headlights and other things suddenly whir into life for explicably no reason, despite being dead for over 30 years since this area was abandoned. So it's a little bit bizarre. The other property, and the reason why I'm hesitant to go out at all, is because the Aurora Borealis has a profound effect on the animals here, and unfortunately has the bizarre side effect of making them hyper-aggressive, which is why I'm a little bit hesitant to move out during the Aurora, but I'm kind of find myself with the need to do so. Animals have this bizarre green glow to them, and they are extremely aggressive, having little to no regard for their own safety, whereas a wolf might tail you for some time before attempting to attack. In most cases, animals affected by the Aurora just outright bum rush you and are extremely savage in the amount of damage that they do, again having little to no regard of their personal safety. The only good thing, I suppose if you were to take it with a delicate pinch of salt, is that the Aurora Borealis is very, very good for providing light as you move through. So again, while it may appear to be quite dark, and I suppose a lot of you at this moment in time are using glass front screens and can only see your own reflection grinning back at you there. It really is quite dangerous, this, and we could end up in a lot of trouble if we bump into the wrong animals at the wrong time. Generally speaking, there's only wolves in this part of the map, but again, there's always the danger that we could stumble into a black bear or otherwise. Again, it's always a possibility, and again, getting savaged is going to be quite an experience that I'm not overly keen on living through. So we'll try and avoid it if we can. Our objective is somewhere off in this direction. Again, we're trying to get back to the camping cabin that you saw at the start for the people that came from Wombles. Would rabbits also go for your throat? Think Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I think that's literally what you're thinking there. This is the route we want. Very cold. -8. The sun's gone down, so we're losing the sound here. Oh, sorry. Wasn't that a moose sound in the distance, Elf? You're a funny man. I can certainly hope not, though. I really hope it isn't. Just grab a few sticks in case we need to boil some water while we're out here. Just get a few minutes of fire. The wind's getting really quite bad here. Suddenly has become Slender the 8 pages, I feel. I tell you what, if you look on the deepest, darkest bowels of the internet, there's a video me, age 12, playing Slender on the internet. I got to 5 pages. Well done, me. Yeah, fucking, but I sound like exactly like this, but like a little bit high. I sound terrible. I really do. It's so bad. Like, that is going to stay on the darkest. The thing is that I can't take it off because the, it was essentially I signed up to YouTube with an @live account, right? Rather, it's like the parody of an or an @hotmail, sorry, like a Microsoft Hotmail account. So @live, and essentially what happens is if you don't log into an @Live account or an @Hotmail account for a year, they delete it. They just outright delete it and put the username back into circulation, which means that email address no longer exists for me to log into the YouTube account, or at least recover the password. Oh, look at this! The lights are on at the railway line. Isn't that cool? Oh, that's fucking cool. I like that. I tend not to venture out, so this is like new. It's very, that's very picturesque. Oh my god, look at it. "12-year-old me was 18 years ago." Feels old, man. It's our ancient history. It's eerie, yeah. It's eerie. To the laptop. Here we are. Well, this is a bit easier to find. Oh, looks pretty. It really is. It's a very pretty game, this. Jesus. Fucking hell. It's freaking out a bit. Let's get indoors. Mystery Lake cabin. In we go. You know, just in time to get warm. Lovely. Here's the laptop then that chat has told me to talk about. "We'll be expecting their return this winter, but the end results remain unknown. I hope to gather additional data on this phenomenon next spring. Continue logging... Continue... What was that? Look how weird this is. This laptop's been dead for some time, mind you. Although, despite being over 30 years old, seems to have a relatively modern attempt at what looks to be sort of like Microsoft like Outlook or something. Some kind of that sleek... The ribbons there. Yeah, we'll be expecting their return this winter, but the end results remain unknown. I hope to gather additional data on this phenomenon next spring. Continued logging could be a factor to consider. Nothing else I can do with this page. Upload 3.doc. That's pretty cool. When I played this game, I used this hut as my base. Would you agree that this is a good place to set up in? Yes. For the people wondering what makes a good base, the single most important thing that you should consider when making a base, first things first, is this guy. A stove of some type, something that has the ability to cook indoors. First biggest thing. Second biggest thing is this guy right here, a workbench, the ability to craft certain endgame materials and equipment such as the warm winter clothing, the ability to make survival bows and fishing lines and moose satchels, and again, more importantly, things like the bedrolls. This stuff. All of this stuff's important. Snares and stuff like that. And the ability to, I don't think we can actually manufacture arrowheads here. It needs to be at a forge, but you get the gist of it. You want somewhere to build your clothing. And last but not least, radios are on. Last but not least, the place that you consider to be one of the more important places to go is this little yoki here. Yeah. H2O! Right, let's get some water down us and knock down my shirt. Lovely. But doesn't that mean that there are people somewhere, potentially? I don't... the mystery behind the radios is just that, a mystery. Right, water. We've got enough. I don't really have enough food, but we're transporting some, so that's fine. Let's sleep. Try and get through as much of the Aurora as we can. Aurora's still on. Oh, also, this torch has the ability to... it's got a superpower. What I like to call absolute blindness. Go! It's just like an extremely high power mode. It's even better in the snow. Hang on. It's fucking... It's like literally just like eye blinding and... Woof! Gone. Absolute blindness. In fact, they've made that less intense than it used to be. Ooh. These holes while an operator puts you on, yeah. Yeah, this used to be like absolute whiteout when you used to use it. It's beautiful out here. You can use the high beam function to temporarily stun wolves. Rip battery, yeah, yeah. If I turn that off, it should slowly charge. I'm not like moving with a 3-cent bar through the Aurora. That can fuck off. Like, we've already tangled with like enough wildlife to last me a lifetime. I don't want to do it again. So we're going to wait for the Aurora to fade before we move the last bit of our food here. Absolute privilege, though. It's very nice. Beautiful. It's nice. I've never been at this point in the map. I've never been out here while the Aurora was on. Oh. Is it going to fade? All the lights just gave out. Interesting. Is it starting to wear off? Elf, did you kill the bear on the lake? No. No. Why don't I move my base here? Because it's like... The first problem that you have with this base location is that there's no firewood nearby. There's literally no firewood nearby. You have to go deep into the woods that way. Like, in terms of, like, sort of gradually regenerating amenities, like firewood, because, like, you know, new blizzards and storms blow branches off the tallest trees and they come crashing down and you're able to harvest them for firewood. There we go. It's starting to dissipate. I'll get a couple hours more kip in, about an hour's more kip, and then we'll decide if I'm going to move tonight. Yeah, most people base here. There we go, yeah, all the power's off now. Everything's off, the laptop's dead. We're heading back upstairs. Like, literally, look at this, like, dead. Nothing. The battery, there we go. Our torch just died as well. Gone. Now, we're back on sort of more primitive means of lighting. Yeah, the laptop's totally gone. Get upstairs and we'll kip. See you later, Wingbreaker. Let's kill the light. Get into the sleeps. Sleep for past time. Like an hour. We should be tired enough to sleep now. Lovely. Let's see. Fully rested. Let's grab what we can and move on. Come down here. Let's eat some of this rancid fish. Joe's favourite. We'll also grab as much as we can.
If I can drop any of this gear.
Can't sprint, but I can at least carry the last of this supply off back to the house. Right. For the sake of saving fuel, we're doing this transit dark. Kerosene I have in not that much abundance. I have less than I'd like, but still a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, kerosene is something you can always use more of. So unfortunately, you're just going to have to listen to my feet crunching in the snow, and the occasional thwang of a bow, and some green eyes on the horizon if we get chased. I feel like if they ever add more horror elements to this game, the best way of doing it would be stuff a bit like in the Robinson... What's that? Where he finds a footprint that isn't his. Ooh. That could be very creepy. Like tracks in the snow that aren't yours. No, I think the thing that sells this game, if I'm perfectly honest with you, is the isolation of it. Listen. The silence is deafening. There's no one else here. There's no one. You are totally alone, and that's what makes this game suspenseful. That's what makes this scary. Everything that you do is on you. Everything that you do to survive is on you. There's no friend. It's part of the reason why co-op wouldn't work in a game like this. Like the isolation of it, the solidarity. I don't think that's the right word. Yeah, the isolation, the loneliness, and that's what makes this
Starting to slow me down.
as scary as it is. Who else just held their breath? The solitude, yeah, that's the word. Can you drink kerosene to stay warm? No. I'm afraid you can't. One of the other things that this game does as well is that the game obviously does eventually want you to lose. That is the ultimate end game, is to die. The game will keep going until you die, and so gradually over time the game steers you towards your eventual demise, not your inevitable demise. Not that there's like a light switch that it flicks and then it's suddenly too hard, but gradually as the game goes on, wildlife becomes more scarce. Animals stop spawning. I can't remember the last time I saw a pack of deer. Some wolves over that. I can't remember the last time I saw a pack of deer. Like, I can't remember the last time I saw a herd of deer. Or I guess it's a herd, not a pack. I don't know. Like, fucking... It's just been such a long time. Like, I just see occasionally some wolves. I mean, those wolves on the lake were like the last real sort of big group of wolves, apart from the occasional random spawn. Soon, or, well, eventually, with the amount of materials we've got stockpiled, there will come a point where we have to sort of not abandon, but, really hunt, hard for animals, like spend days, like going out and hunting for food and things like that, because there will come a point where, like, animals just become so rare that there's literally nothing to eat. Now, again, that's going to be a long way off. I've got a hell of a lot. I've made sure to stockpile a hell of a lot of food, but there will come a point where animals just stop coming to visit. I mean, I have to travel a fair old way to get to some wolves or some wildlife. Like, I don't have any nearby my house anymore. I've got to travel now to try and find food. And again, if I didn't have so much stockpiled, that would be more of an issue. But I do have at least a decent stockpile, which is why the game's going so well at this point. Just eat wolves, yeah, exactly. The only thing with wolves is that, like, especially before you have a bow, using rifles on them is so wasteful. So wasteful. Rifles are literally for self-defense and bears and moose. And again, only in self-defense, really. I would 9 times out of 10 prefer to go hunting with the rifle for bears and moose, so I guess that isn't entirely true with the self-defense thing. Obviously, I would hunt a bear with a rifle, because, believe it or not, when a bear has got, a fucking huge fucking muscles and, like, blubber and everything like that, the last thing he's going to care about is your tiny little arrow. In fact, he's going to be more pissed off than anything, than wounded, if you thwang an arrow into his back. He's going to be significantly pissed off with you, and they can move fast for such big beasts. And like, you've just got to get out of the way, basically, and run for your life, because he is going to maul your ass. There is actually a wolf just there. I want to try and get this way as fast as I can. You guys won't be able to see this, but there is a wolf closing on. So I'm going to put the rabbits in between. There's a rabbit just there again. You might be able to see him. I'm going to put that rabbit in between him and me, so that if he chases me, he'll go for the rabbit. That's deploying a decoy in the submarine industry. It's done, Mr. Moley. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, meat shield. Okay, we've got a fight. He stumbled on us very quietly. We're going to go for puncture. And we're going to... Blood loss, minor bruising. We've got blood loss. Okay, let's go for first aid. Antiseptic on the wolf. Bite. Then we're going to patch it up with a bandage. Sneaky bastards. That's why it's dangerous to move at night. Bandage up. Dangerous. Fog bank rolling in. Okay, we're going to keep going. Right. Down we go. I don't see him. The house is somewhere behind me, but I can't see it because of the fog bank. I can hear him snarling in the dark. Fog's so thick. I think there's at least two. Nearly at the house. Keep backing up. There's the house. Can't see him. Can't see him. There's the windows. Keep backing up. You said this was not supposed to be a horror game. Yeah, I lied. This is just scary as shit. Keep backing up. See his eyes. Okay. Make for the door. Make for the door. We'll be fine. We're in. We're in. Okay, we're fine. We're safe. They can't get into the door. Okay. Ooh! Right. Let's light up a not a flare, a kerosene lantern. Just cycle out to it. There. Home sweet home, such as it is. Okay. We've got all of our meat supplies. That's what we went out for. This stuff's totally rancid, so let's eat that. Didn't get ill. Lucky me. Right. So we've got all of this stuff we need to cook and prepare. This thing's gone pretty much rotten since we got it. Absolutely rancid. We'll need to cook that sooner rather than later. Let's get that cooked now, actually, just while we warm up. A couple of pieces of reclaimed wood. Let's extinguish this. Down here, that's a shelf. Wood stove. Start a fire with a... Like I say, I know my way around this house blindfolded. Start a fire there. Lovely. Hypothermia risk is healed.
That did it.
Let's get a bit of firewood in there. A couple of pieces of reclaimed wood. 1 hour, 20 minutes should be fine. Very, very brief, dull sort of illumination of the house there. It's currently dawn, actually. We've spent most of the night out, but we should be fine. We're gonna cook some food. Just this trout here, or this raw bass. Just gonna pass the time. And we're just going to eat it straight away, to be honest. We'll keep it in our inventory. We'll go for a drink, we'll sleep, it'll be the morning, things will be fine, things will be better. In fact, to be honest, while it's actually getting a little bit lighter, out, the sun's actually coming up. We'll actually prepare some food while we're here. This stuff's starting to go bad, so we're going to use our hunting knife, and we're going to cut up these massive... Because basically what we did was, we didn't cut the meat off the bone, if you like. When we went out and harvested that wolf, we just quartered it. So we basically just got our fucking our knife, made some sort of very heavy yet precise cuts on the animal, and rather than like filleting the meat or preparing the meat, it's literally just hunks of just flesh and fur. You know, just massive like sacks of meat essentially. And what we're doing is cutting it down now into sort of more sort of steak size meat pieces we can use for cooking, rather than just a hulk of crap. Because again, once they're spread thin like this, you can actually cook. So I've got mould on them already, so we're just going to cook that mould off. That's the time. Oh, the fire died. So grab. Actually, we're going to do some good cooking as well. Grab some more heavy duty stuff. Let's do that. We're going to use a stick because it's got a 90% chance of lighting with my current fire making skill, and then we'll go from there. You just cut the legs and cut off its legs and left the rest. No, you cut everything off except so you basically take the entire body quartered. You leave its legs and its head behind, but you take the body, intestines and all. Right. Add these fur lugs, fur limbs burn for a hell of a long time, so we'll cook with these. Sun's up. Cook with that. Then cook with this, and you see now that we've cooked them, they're now back up to 91% condition, pretty much fresh. Pretty much boiled that rot right off the bone. Lovely. Cook. Grab these last two. While we're at it, what's the water situation like? Not terrible, but I could probably do with a couple more bottles of water, so we'll just boil up a bit of water while we're here as well. Hello from Quebec, Mr. Torrent. How you doing? So grab this, and then we'll cook. Oh no, we go for water actually. So water. We'll go for a full 2 litres as they're big crock pots. How long we got? About that much. That's fine. Grab a couple of pieces of that and just bolster the fire. A couple of pieces of that. 3 hours should be good to make several litres. Potable, non-potable. Then potable water. You go water and then a couple more in. So we're making 4 litres every sort of an hour and a half. Give or take 45 minutes to boil it down to sort of water from snow, and then 45 minutes to boil it and get all of the shit out of it, basically. 57 minutes. We can go for another piece of cedar firewood. Go for one. To there, bringing that up to 2 hours.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Don't you worry about it, mate. It's absolutely fine. Beautiful. Potable water. And that leaves about... Oh, we could actually... Oh, let's try and be cheeky and get one more out of just the burning timber. Like just the absolute... Oh, that's non-potable. Can I just on the embers? I need a little bit more. Let's just get a few sticks in there. I've already got a shitload of sticks, actually. 55, yeah, that should take us just above what we need. Oh yeah, 16 minutes until the fire dies. Wonderful. Okay, so we now have 19 litres of water, which is why we're so goddamn heavy. So we're going to put the water down on the floor here. I'm going to drop, like, most of this. Drop, like, 18 litres. And then we can find various places for these as it goes on. A little bit dark, I know, but it's, you know, such as it is. They've made it so that you can't store things quite as close together, which is really annoying for inventory's sake. Now I can, like, barely fit stuff on these shelves, which is a little bit annoying. It's like, I can still get, like, a good amount on there, but, like, I can't, like, put stuff, like, here for like, no reason. Like, why, game? Why? It's a little bit annoying, but what can you do? It's like you have to have such a big gap. Really, like, there's no sense in it. Literally, there's no reason why that shouldn't be placeable there. Why? I've taken to just storing most of my water up here, to be fair, in sort of a haphazard fashion. All the water I can't get on the water shelf. Like, look how far apart you have to place them. Hinterland! What's going on? Literally, it's like you have to place them so far apart. Look at it. Why do you have to place them so far apart? It's literally, it's like it didn't do this before. Something's fucky, and I don't know what it is. Look at the fucking spacing you have to go on these now. For like no reason. Well, that's the water problem there. Okay, I think we're gonna just let's see what we got. We got this like rancid food. Let's eat that. Lovely. Let's just have a quick drink of the water that we got. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with what we've got at the moment. We've got 4 arrows. Got this rancid food. We're going to drop some of the shit off outside. It's the difficulty scaling up to kill you, yeah. Fucking hell, this is a far cry from the shit weather that we had before. At least the fog's rolling back. Alright, let's drop off some of the fish we brought with us. Some of the stuff that isn't totally rotten. Fine, and then the wolf meat over in this pile. Lovely. 1, 2, 3. Lovely, and then some of that smaller bits of meat. And I think that about does it for this stream. To be fair, there's not much else I needed to do. I think that's a good place to put a pin in it. Segueing nicely there. If you would like to see more, this game, is it worth $30? That's really whether you like what you see. I mean, I personally would pay $30 for this, but again, if you can grab it on a sale, then why not? Do you know what I mean? Like, why not? Eh? It does tend to go on sale like quite often. Crows. Oh, hello. There's a wolf. That wolf that we stabbed from before bled out over here on the hill. Let's harvest this guy then before we finish. Sorry, it's on sale, ladies and gentlemen. It is the Long Dark is on sale right now on the Humble Bundle for $10, according to Kazakh Thul there. Hello, you fucker. There we go. Lovely. 4 kilograms of meat, another hide for the boot, and some of that. Let's harvest that guy up. It's going to take about an hour. Right. Are we ending? Yeah, we're going to call that a night there. I've got to, it's 20 past 11, I've got work tomorrow. I know, working Sunday, right? So I'm going to sort of come off and chill out for a little bit, and then, you know, my eyes are like, I can't remember the last time I blinked, it was such a long time ago. So, for the most part, did the fire run out yet? Or is it still have some fire burning? Yeah, I think it ran out, didn't it? Okay, well, I guess I will cook this in the next stream then. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. Again, if you'd like to see where this save goes and so forth, do feel free to follow us here on the Twitch and not in the street. Yeah, that's pretty much it for myself. Again, I hope you enjoyed. I'll probably pass you off to one of the other ZF goons now. I'm not sure who's actually streaming at the moment. Let's have a look and see who's on. SWAT Night. Digby's doing virtual reality. Battlefield Bad Company.
Oh, yeah.
Some Battlefield Bad Company. Tempting, yes, just in time. Just in time. Yeah, I think I'm going to pass you off to Smeagol there. So again, thank you very much for dropping in. I'm happy that, you know, obviously I managed to retain most of you, which is part of the trick of this. Being able to captivate you for long enough to hang around and watch sort of a reasonable game. Hopefully I made it sort of slightly entertaining for you. So yeah, if you want to see more games like this, other small sort of indie games that isn't really covered by the other guys, this Cold Waters, FTL, that kind of thing, then do pop into us and we'll sort them out for you. So thank you very much. I wish you all the best, and I shall catch you next time. Bye bye.